Welcome everyone to Akashic Adventures. And tonight is a very special episode. After 2 years of exploring the records together, we're coming to the close of this chapter. This space has been filled with insight, growth, and some truly unforgettable moments. And we're so grateful to everyone who showed up, whether you've been here from the beginning or you just found us along the way. Tonight isn't about doing things the way we always have. It's about taking a moment to reflect, to celebrate what we've created together, and to honor the journey before we each move forward into what's next. And we're so glad you're here to share this with us. Hi, everyone. Welcome, Viviani. Welcome, Diana. Diana has come back to us just in time to say goodbye. Let's greet some people. If you see someone you want to say hi to, please just jump in the chat. Just jump in, Viviani and Diana.
Hi, Harley. Hi, Lulu.
Diane is here. Hi.
Hi, Diana. Hi, Lydia and Bora Bora.
Agarwal, CJ, Chrissy Murphy.
Finalee.
Wow. It's so good to see all of you here. Bora Bora's here. Hi. And Maria.
Hi, Leah. Spirit Warrior. Maureen is here.
Oh, hi, Maureen. Angela Kia Hunter. Hi. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful time. Oh.
That's nice.
Oh, you were, Diane. You were. I remember that. I was looking at the first episode last night. Oh my God, that was so. We've become much more professional and much more polished, and we've improved. Yeah, well, except for me. Hi, violets for roses. This is going to be a little different. We're going to do one reading, and that's going to be towards the end of the show. So if your name and if you put #soul, okay, just hold on for a second here. If you want a reading, enter #soul. There will be one reading and one reading only. All three of us will read. This will be the last reading of this series.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, that's right. That's right. But they were brilliant questions and I loved them. But man, yeah, they did make my head hurt.
Wanda laugh.
Oh, that's the, you can't see it on StreamYard, but that's one of the membership emojis.
This was Groucho's laugh.
Oh, isn't that nice? Thank you, Angela. Yeah. She says, you ladies are so much fun. I can't believe this is the last show, but wish you all the best in your continued endeavors.
Oh,
well, that's very sweet. Thank you. And we'll talk. Oh, I'm so sorry, Maureen. Maureen says, I have to go. My stepmom's in the hospital and I have to go tell my dad. He's still in the rehab.
Okay.
My prayers are with you.
Maureen, big blessings coming your way. I feel for you.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of been in that place, not with parents, but I've kind of been in that place. And so I really feel for you.
Yeah. Yeah, all of our hearts go with you, Maureen. So we're not actually going to do the draw for about like half an hour or so. So relax, everybody. And you have to be here to get the reading. If you're not, I'm just going to draw again. I almost said a bad word. I don't care anymore. It's our last show. So if you're not here, tough noogies. Uh, here's Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
While shopping. I haven't seen that before. Good for you.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that too. Um, Iron Firehorse is here. Gigi, Ethereal Moonlight. What a great name. So, yes. So if you put your name into the draw and you're not here when we do the draw, oh. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what we've done, the body of work that we've built. Akashic Adventures was the first, well, after Val introduced us on her channel, she introduced us and Starfish Jenny and Sherry. I can't remember her last. I should have looked it up. I'm so sorry. That's so.
Trancing with Spirits, Sherry Trancing with Spirit, and Jenny.
Dancing with Spirits. That was her name. Yes. Both of us, like the three of us and Sherry and Starfish Jenny, we started our own channels and started our own Akashic Adventures, each group, and we're still here. Over the past, our first broadcast as Akashic Adventures was on March 26, 2024. So almost exactly 2 years ago. And since then, we've had 105 episodes every week for 2 years. We missed 1 week, and that we really were pioneers of Akashic readings on YouTube. Nobody else had really done anything like this before.
Not to the extent that we had done it. There was Akashic Bob. He had been doing readings, but they weren't like what Val brought out in so many of us.
Yeah, it wasn't the same thing at all. I know who you mean, but it's not the same thing at all. Very different. So I have some. I would like us to share with you. I want all of us to share what this kind of meant to us, and I have some questions that we're going to talk about. So, Diane, do you want to talk a little bit about what surprised you most?
What surprised me the most? Okay, so how do you mean that? Because
I don't mean it anyway. I just mean, what's the first thing that comes? Well, I just mean, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see that question? What surprised you that we lasted this long? That you know?
Well, no, it's not that we lasted this long. Well, in a way, it is because oh shit. Y'all gotta.
Do you want a few minutes, Viviani?
Yeah, because I still have that anesthetic hole in my brain, and the words are there, but they are not standing still. They're dancing, and so I can't see them all.
Okay, that's fine. Take as much time as you need. Viviani, do you want to say something about what surprised you?
Maybe not necessarily what surprised me, but it was something that I feel it was really nice to learn and witness is how we have our own style of reading the Akashic Records. So like we are 3 of us here working together, but we each have our own style of delivering and our own unique way of reading the Akashic Records and delivering the message. And not, again, not a surprise, but it was beautiful to witness how we all grew and during this time together, how much we learned and grew. So this has been a very nice experience.
Diana, are you ready?
Yeah, it is all about the magical, mystical moments that we have witnessed together.
Mhm.
The resonance with the chatters when we hit on exactly how they feel about it. We have got not so much reading their hopes and wishes that it's true, but tapping into the source that's within them that keeps telling them it's true. Hello, Gerald.
Hi, Gerald.
Gerald, good to see you.
One of the most popular guests we had was
Yes.
Gerald. Certainly, people absolutely loved having him on the show. We enjoyed having him, and people enjoyed the shows that he was on.
Mm-hmm.
And Millie says it's
Well,
wonderful to see
thank
Diana.
you.
Sorry.
I just want to thank Gerald for stepping up when I couldn't. Thank you so much. And anybody else who did, because there were several weeks there where I wasn't even turning on the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a liar, but you know what I mean.
Millie says it's wonderful to see Diana recuperating so nicely. She has been missed. She has indeed been dearly missed, sorely missed.
Thank you.
And
thank you. Thank you. I and everybody here has sent me so many wonderful, just in the energy, the wishes, the healing, the blue light, the angels, the guides, my guides, their guides, my angels and their angels chit-chatting in the background, talking to me while I'm under the influence in surgery. I mean, what an experience the whole thing has been. So I just want to thank everybody. All of your energy and well wishes were definitely felt, received, and I am still savoring every moment.
And Dee Marie says she has appreciated how accurate each of you are in your own ways. Thank you. Tons of love to you guys. Thank you, Dee Marie. And Maria, I7, whatever, says, is this the last show for the season or is it forever? Well, we were talking about this earlier. It's not forever. We are going to do some specials, I guess, like one-offs. We talked about one for the solstice, like for, like for meaningful moments in the year. We're absolutely open to getting together and putting a show together for that. But for a weekly show, yes, this is it. We are not doing any more weekly shows. This is the very last one. That's why it's so different. That's why we're not sitting here answering your questions. We're answering questions for ourselves. About okay, so I want to talk about what surprised me the most. What surprised me the most was the field of resonance between the three of us. That I didn't know that such a thing existed. Okay, I call it the field of resonance. You can call it the quantum field. You can call it, whatever you can call it, late for supper. I don't care. It's the space that we all seemed to inhabit together that permitted Diana, for example, to give additional information to someone that I was reading for that would fill in the blanks. And the same with me and Diana or Viviani. Like we were in the same space. Those moments were absolutely magical. It didn't happen all the time. It was not a regular weekly occurrence. When it happened, it was incredibly, profoundly moving for me. Like as a person. Yeah, that's what surprised me the most. I didn't know such a thing existed.
Okay, so what was it? What would be your trigger that lets you know, oh my God, this applies to what she's reading or who she's reading on?
Chills.
What would be the trigger that would let you know?
My body. My body's always my signal. My body is always my signal. I get chills. I get jabbed in the spine. I get stabbed in the side. I get whatever, but my body is always the signal.
For me, I would get the sound because it's a field, but in my field, I have this library, right?
Yeah.
Which you've heard me talk about. So for me, I get the chills, but not until I hear the ruffling of pages first. Okay. And that is when they, that bibliomancy, when they would just open the book and point to something in the book. When I would hear those pages, then I would get chills. Oh, here comes a hit for you or for Viviani Sitter, whomever it was. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For me, I would get chills too, but it was more of a sense of knowing, okay, that's exactly it, and just say it, So it was more that.
And was always a hint there was something to be added.
Yes, you had to say it. Like it wasn't something like, oh yeah, it's not, but there was the impulse to say it, like not to hold it back. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that was very cool. And Aaron says, that's my favorite part too, Linda. Also probably what I'll miss the most. Well, I found out that it exists for me. It exists with other readers too. I don't know, but I first found it here. And it's been a big part of my development as a reader. So that's something that became really, really precious to me. There's some new people that have come into the chat. We have Ralph's Universe. Hi, Ralph. And Millie de la Prida. We have Rossi. I don't know if I said hi to you, Aaron, but hi. And let's see who else. Jackie Jacaranda's here. Hi, Jackie. Special welcome to you. And Harley. And Mangled Unicorn, hi.
Pierrette is here too.
Hi, Pierrette. Hi, Pierrette. I didn't see you. You're just in time. Pierrette, #soul to enter for the final reading of the final episode of Akashic Adventures. So, yeah. So, I have some more questions for us. How has your connection to the Akashic Records shifted over time? Who wants to go?
I'm ready because it was something that I already knew. But until I took Valerie's class, it put perspective on it for me. And that is, we're always in it. We never it doesn't matter if we're doing mediumship or focused on Akashic past or reading tarot cards or oracle cards or numerology or me doing astrology or whatever. It is, I never leave it. I close it, but that's so I can go to sleep, I guess. It's like I never leave it. There's orbs floating around. There's underlying currents of voices who I have to tell the dogs to be quiet so I can hear them. It's just continuous. So it's not that it shifted, it's just that I accepted it. It was like, one more comparison, because I've always been wicked. Let's just leave it at that. I've always been a witch, right? I was brought up by witches, and therefore I've just always been a witch. But when you start to have children and you get married and you got to do certain things, that shit has to take a back seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I went through 30 years ago, the Saturn return on my big surgery from 30 years ago was to have a mastectomy and transplant for the reconstruction. Okay. When I got done with that and I was in surgery for 8 hours, I said, no more am I hiding my light. I am putting it out there for the world to see. I don't care who it is. And the mystery, I kept the air of mystery, but everybody knew. Everybody probably already knew. And so when I think each and every one of us go through that to some extent, and we have that one moment that says, to hell with the rest of them, I just want to be me, right? And somebody put a nickel in me.
I see a comment from Dakota Kelt who says, am I in the wrong feed? I don't see anyone else in the chat. You're on the mobile feed and you're not in the wrong feed, but there just may not be a lot of people who are watching on the mobile phones or watching the mobile view right now. So no, you're not in the wrong chat, but if you're uncomfortable, you can leave that and come into the big TV view, horizontal landscape view chat if you feel, if that will help you feel more, if that'll help you feel better. Yeah, it is absolutely the right chat. I don't know what's okay, so now she says I was in the other one and no one was there. There's like over 50 people who are okay right now in my mobile chat. Just a second, there are 4 people watching.
So I didn't put the mobile chat up, so you're not in mine. Viviani, did you put a mobile chat up?
No.
Oh, okay. So I'm the only one with a mobile chat. Oh, well, nobody wants to watch me on mobile then. Okay. Oh, well.
Because everybody's at home today for a change.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. Viviani, do you have anything to say about your connection and how it's changed?
I would say it changed from the beginning because of the growth. When we first started, when I first joined, when Val had as a guest, to me the biggest change is growth and how I'll say in the beginning there was more of nervousness when the 3 of us reading, because my ego mind would be like, oh, am I going to get anything? All of that, a little bit of that feeling of a bit of a self-doubt there. But the more the more we answer questions, and the more I just evolved, and I felt like more and more comfortable trusting what I'm getting, because but so we have our different our own unique ways of receiving and interpreting and delivering the message. My guides a lot of times show me images, and then I get the words later, and so anyway, it's just changed a lot. Oh, hey, John, great to see you. Great to see you, John.
Wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
So I'm just really grateful for the experience and the growth, and I love working with the Akashic Records. I think it's an amazing experience, and it's one of my favorite things to do. I really enjoy how it is just so. It's just amazing. I don't know what to say. It's magical. It's amazing, and I'm just so grateful for Val Dragonfly Crystals too, to have the class that got us started doing this. To have that opportunity.
Thanks, Viviani.
Yep, Harley, you're right on that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's been wonderful for me to watch how you've grown, Viviani.
Oh, thank you.
Really, no, I mean that sincerely. I really, truly mean that. I've really enjoyed watching the change, watching the growth, and just going, yes, you're you know. But it's true. My connection. Geez, my connection. You know, when I first connected to the Akashic Records, it was so consuming. It filled my consciousness in a way that I can't even describe. And then as time went on and I got used to it, it became more normal. And I started to worry after about 6 months, I started to worry that I was losing my connection. It just didn't feel as intense.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I didn't get those electric jolts anymore. And I thought, shit, I'm doing it wrong. I'm losing it. I'm not connected. I got to meditate more. Yeah, no, that wasn't the answer. It's a good answer. Okay, it's good first instinct, but what actually was happening was that I was like Diana said, I'm there all the time, and getting ready to do an Akashic reading. When I first started, I did the whole, 40 minutes of meditation and all of the rest of that stuff. And I don't do that anymore. You know what? You want me to tell you what I do? I'll tell you. I plant my feet on the ground real solid. And I walk you through this. I've walked all of you, I think, or at least whoever was there at the time. I've walked you through this little meditation before. I plant my feet on the ground. I straighten my back. I visualize roots going from the soles of my feet to the heart of Mother Earth, to the crystalline heart of Mother Earth. And I stole that from John Binney because I loved it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And the green energy from Mother Earth comes up through my legs and my torso and into my heart. And then from the top of my head, I reach up, up, up beyond the sky to the nebula where my Akashic masters wait, my Akashic Records masters wait. And I let that divine white light energy flow down. It mixes with the earth energy, and I see myself like a beautiful string in the center of the earth and the heavens, just sitting there, and then a wave of love out.
Oh, I also think it's interesting how my guides will show up too. That changed. I'm sorry, that evolved too, because now when I first entered the Akashic Records, it changed from I will see from the outside. I will see the outside of a beautiful building with huge doors, and then I would see myself getting closer to the building and open the large doors, and then meeting the master, and then going to this area where they're bringing me the book. And it changed sometimes, like one of my Akashic Records masters, guys would be, it would do something funny, bringing me this huge book, but he would like run in and kind of like slide and then like ta-da, kind of like that, and they showed me this big Akashic book. Other times I would just see the book and then the book would open. And anyway, so this is just being like also very interesting how I started to see the variation.
So that understanding that that was now my connection, that I just needed to sit and visualize this, like it takes 2 minutes or less, and I'm there, and it's not as jolty and electrical and consuming and intense as it used to be, but it's a lot clearer, and I trust it a lot more too. So that was
familiarity, right?
Yeah. It's like when you get into a hot bath, and at first you go, and then after a few minutes, it's like, oh yeah, this is perfect.
It was worth that shock.
Yeah, it was worth the shock. That's right.
Yeah, I love the feeling of being in the
Love is the answer says, I would love to have found you guys all sooner and witnessed 2 years of this. It must have been amazing. It's all on YouTube. You can go back and take a look and have a really good laugh at us in the early days. We got better as time went on, but the first 6 months are hilarious. And yeah, you can see a lot of raw moments and some very interesting stuff. And Gerald says, I like hearing how the connection changed over time, powerful to the importance of regular practice for spiritual practices. 100%.
Amen.
Absolutely. Hallelujah. Praise me. Yes.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Brother Gerald.
And Mangled Unicorn says, it kind of scared me. My skin felt electric almost. Yeah, because Mangled Unicorn took the course too. That's exactly what I mean. And when it stopped feeling like that, I got scared that I was losing my connection. I didn't realize at the time that it was just changing, you know? My body was changing to accommodate this vibration. That's what was going on.
It's the melding. It is becoming one with the plasma. Because it's all plasma. Everything we touch is plasma. From our skin to the air.
And Gerald says, how upset will I be? Will people be if I win the final reading? I'm not worried. Doesn't matter. It's the last show. Who cares if they're upset?
Yeah, they'll have a new name for you, Gerald.
I owe you an email. Sorry.
They'll have a new name for you, Gerald. I just caught the short that you had out earlier about naming your furnace. Mine is Victor.
Oh, here's something. Here's a question. Whoever wants to can start answering that one. Is there something that you approach differently now than when we first began?
You know, I can't say yes to that. You know, I'll because it was the class that we took with Valerie that helped me identify what it was. And my experience with the word I had read that book that she had suggested when it first came out. So I'd already had familiarity with that. And I still didn't realize that that's where I was, right? It wasn't until we took the class and the only approaches that changed were because of that class and not because of how we do what we're doing. Because that comes with free will.
Yes.
But not necessarily ours. It comes with the free will of the higher power that puts us in the ability to pick up on a message. Do we hear the crow or do we hear the owl? It just depends on who's really sending the signal we can hear, right? So,
yeah.
Can you guys tell I haven't talked to anybody online for a month?
That's fine. That's fine.
You could just pull the plug if you want. I get to be too much.
There seems to be a general consensus in the chat that everybody would like Gerald to win because they want to hear his reading. I love it. Viviani, did you want to say anything about any changes to your approach? Or something that you approach differently?
So, I wouldn't say necessarily that I approach anything differently, but it's just about being more being more open to receive and allow and trust. In the beginning, I was too nervous, but I absolutely love reading the Akashic Records, and it's just really amazing. The possibilities, not only all the knowledge that we gain, but the possibility of healing. And Gerald will have to give you any special. Oh, that's
No, we're
great.
not doing that today. Sorry, Gerald.
And so yeah, the Akashic Records is just amazing, and the ability to the clearings and healings, and it's just amazing. Actually, I read um, one of Edgar Casey's books about the Akashic Records before we took the class, when I first heard about the Akashic Records, and because I really had no idea what it was. One time Val was doing the live stream with Marina, and she pulled a card for me that was the Akashic, about the Akashic Records, and she said, "Well, you're going to be reading the Akashic Records," and which turned out, yeah, I did, because then that was before Val taught the classes, and so when that card came out, turned out for me that on the oracle reading, I became more curious about the Akashic Records, and then I looked for this book and purchased the book and read the book from um, Edgar Casey. And then when I heard that Val was teaching the class, I signed up right away, and then here we are.
Yeah. Tiffany, the book that Diana is talking about is also a book that got me interested in the Akashic Records. It was the first time, it was what I used the first time I connected to the Akashic Records, and then I took the class.
Hmm?
It's by Linda Howe, Howe, and it's called How to Read the Akashic Records. And there is a recipe in there that takes a long time to do. Like it takes you an hour beginning to end, and it's complicated.
Prayer,
And
long.
oh yeah, and you have to repeat things silently, and you have to repeat them aloud, and it's like very complicated. And Val's method is much easier and much more direct, and much.
Well, and I think Howe is also a psychologist, and you can find that book like on Thrift Books and buy it used, and it's a good place to get started because
Yeah.
it helps you understand the ins and outs of things.
Yeah, yeah, it's
The psychology behind our questions and desires and wanting to know about our own history, and the history that isn't necessarily readily available through grandparents telling us what it was like in the old days. You know?
Yeah. So that was the book, Tiffany, and Jax shared that she says, I entered it accidentally once. I was having a panic attack. I was doing a breathing exercise to calm down. It's the only time I've seen a past life from my own point of view. You're not the first. Lots of people enter the Akashic Records accidentally, either while they're meditating or through some other, I mean, in their dreams, whatever, just as they're falling asleep. There's lots of people while they're reading cards sometimes. They enter the Akashic Records and they don't know that that's what's going on. And so it can be a little disconcerting, but there's nothing there that can hurt you.
Yeah.
So now for me, is there something I approach differently than when we first began? No, not really. It's all really interesting to me. There's been a lot of new kind of discoveries. There's new things we're finding out about the Akashic Records. For example, Diane, Kumo Observer, she's doing a lot of exploration in the whole, and Diana too. They're doing a whole lot of exploration into the whole galactic aspects of the Akashic Records. I don't know anything about that. Don't ask me those questions. I have not done that. I have not done that research. That's not an area that I've been led to or given information about. So yeah. But yeah, Mangled Unicorn, that is a powerful experience to have. And oh yeah.
we enjoyed a lot of the practice too when we took the class too on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we still do the practice on Sundays. It's for all of the people who took Val's class. We still practice. Those of you who have taken it, who are here now, we still do it on Sundays. Email me. I'll send you the link. It's on Zoom. Sundays
I could have had a V8 all this time.
It's Sundays at 5 Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. And anybody who's taken Val's class at any time is welcome to come in. So, ouch. So now let's go and check and see what. Oh, I want to know this. I would like us to share a moment from the show that stayed with us.
Oh.
It was a funny one.
Something that you remember that happened that you just went, holy crap. I know exactly the moment I'm thinking of.
Well, tell us yours. Tell them.
Oh, okay. Well, the very first, so this was probably the first or second show that we did with Val. So I had no clue how to behave online. I had really just gotten my feet wet in the records, and it was still very new and very raw for me and very consuming. And like I couldn't keep a part of myself as observer at the time. I was completely immersed in it. And Gerald got a reading, and I was supposed to read for Gerald. And I didn't know him at all at the time. We had never spoken, but I'd been watching his shows and going, wow, this guy really knows what he's doing. Like, wow. You know, because he is. I mean, he is a fabulous reader. He does it all. And and I remember sitting there thinking, holy shit, I can't fuck up. Oh my God, this, I really don't want it. I really didn't want to disappoint him. You know? And I remember sitting there thinking, oh, please, masters, don't let me down now. Like, please. And they didn't. It was awesome. It was a really, really good reading. I mean, I thought it was a good reading. And the other time was a reading for a lady who I believe her name was Dolores. I don't remember, a chatter who had this amazing experience of it was like watching a telenovela. She was like 15 years old, and her parents, this would have been Spain-ish, Italy maybe. Her parents had in the early 1900s, and her parents had arranged her marriage with a man who had 5 kids. He was a widower, and he was like maybe 35, nice man, a business partner of her father's. And, you know, that was fine, but she was 15. She just, Spain, because she just had her quinceañera, and she was about to be married. She was 16, and she ran away. She cut off her hair, stole her younger brother's clothes, took her horse that was her own horse. Okay, she didn't steal anything from the family, took all the jewelry she'd been given as part of her quince, and off she fucked to another city that may have been in another country, and became a maid in somebody's house. And apparently the masters told me during that reading that to this day people talk about the daughter of that family, who prominent family, the daughter of that family that ran away so they didn't have to marry that old man. He wasn't old, he was like 35, but when you're 15, 35 might as well be, you know, 1 foot in the grave. So yeah, that reading, man, it was so awesome. We never saw anything so cool in my life. She was such a badass. She really was. Middle of the night, cut her hair, stole her brother's clothes, and
one that sticks out in my mind is I cannot remember who it was I was reading for, and it was in the first year, but he was working in the cotton mills,
Mm-hmm.
in New York in the sweat, and in a weaving situation. So he was one of those little kids who had to go underneath and collect all the cotton that was on the floor and the dust and all that other stuff, and he got his arm trapped and got his arm ripped off in the machine.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot remember who it was, but it's somebody who had, to this day, has trouble with their arm, whichever shoulder arm it was.
Yeah. I remember reading that a person that I don't remember who, but it was someone saying that talking about having a fear of tigers, and when I gave the reading, I saw them as a being like a male and a like a tribe somewhere in Africa, uh, and I could see the tiger approaching, and this, the male was killed by the tiger. It was like everything was so clear. So that was one of the first readings that I gave when we were doing this together. And I just remember, so that was the reason for his fear of tigers.
Yeah, all of that is so interesting to me. That is something that I've noticed over like working with you guys and doing this many shows, how many times stuff shows up for people now physically, the birthmarks on the hip because that's where the arrow hit you 3 lifetimes ago. The kink in the shoulder, the sore neck, all of that kind of stuff. It just blew me because, okay, I'll be honest. I thought that was maybe just a little bit imaginary, like, oh yeah, sure. It's a soul experience. Why would it express itself in your body? But it does. It does. Absolutely 100% it does. And not always. I mean, not every ache and pain you have is because of some past life, but sometimes it is. And not every birthmark is an indication of a wound or anything, but sometimes it is.
Mm-hmm.
That was really surprising. And Gerald, oh my God, you're so sweet. Look what he said. You've never disappointed me, Linda. You're an exceptionally gifted reader. Everyone should get a private reading. Yes. Purchase responsibly. Yes. All of us offer private readings. The links are in the descriptions below the title, below the screen you're looking at. So you can get private readings from each of us, and just email and book them. And all our links to our channels are there. So please subscribe to our channels as well, because we are going to continue creating.
Yes.
It just won't be right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rossi says she remembers those readings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Rossi's probably been on every show.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And
Red Dragon, Diane, G. Oh my gosh, Millie.
yeah.
Maureen. Jack has been steady once
Yeah.
she found us.
Barbara.
Everybody who's here, I can't remember everybody's name. I still have that little hole, so please forgive me. But we know you've been with us since the beginning.
Yeah. For those of you who've just arrived, and there have been a lot of people who have arrived in the last few minutes, #soul to enter the draw for our last reading together. So we'll be using the giveaway tool, and you can ask whatever question you want that's related to the Akashic Records. We won't connect you to your grandma. We're not going to do any mediumship. The rules haven't changed just because it's the last show. But if you want to know about a past life, or if you want to know about any of the Akashic Records topics, then yes, please enter for a reading, and the three of us will read for you. Now, before we do that, let's talk about what we're bringing forward.
Okay, what are we taking forward from this experience? Confidence.
Yeah. More confidence.
Yeah, me too.
Love.
Yeah,
And
Stewardship.
yeah,
Friendship.
yeah,
gratitude.
Bonds with you. Bound to you too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because we've shared lifetimes before, haven't we?
Oh yes. Yes, Sister Mary Day Gonzalez. That convent is still calling. Get your beads out. We need them tonight. We need them tonight.
I do have a rosary, but I don't know where if I could find it. So confidence and friendship and love, and I got a lot more trust in spirit, because some things that I read and some things that happened that I watched happen, like in your readings when you guys were reading. Yeah.
You were manning the chat all the time also, you know. I kind of feel like I'm the slacker because I never hosted and I never but
Yeah, Diana, the slacker. And
I have a thing with technology. And I have a thing with dyslexia, which just blows me out of the water with tech. It takes me a while to train myself. And once I get trained, don't try to make me do something else because then I want to think for the machine and the machine doesn't like that.
No. Jax says you're the eye candy, Diana.
Oh.
Yeah, you always do the healing, Diana.
Edith had wardrobe today. Actually, can I do this? I have to do this. If you did not see, I can't. The date escapes me now. It was not this past weekend. It was the weekend before. The Barefoot Mothers March for Peace.
Okay.
In Rome, over the cobblestones, and they carried the shoes of their dead children, and they were Palestinian and Iranian, and these were the colors of their banner. And with everything that's going on, particularly with what the mouth had to say this morning, just keep peace in mind as best you can. So I'd gotten these scarves to wear for the sake of the solidarity with Barefoot Mothers, because I could lift my leg right now and show you I am definitely barefoot. It is a state of affairs at me.
Aaron says, I assume you three have already examined whether you've had previous lives together as readers. But have y'all? Yeah, we have.
Oh, yeah. We've had the same gypsy wagon.
Yeah. Yeah, we just never talked about it because, like, it's our business. And I'm not sure that. Well, I'm okay. Okay, Diana, you go ahead and talk about it if you want to. I'm ready. I'm okay with sharing it.
You and I have had a life together as nuns where we were not family.
Yeah.
By birth. We were family because we chose the same convent to join.
Yeah.
But as far as readers together, I have had the two of you be sisters in the gypsy wagon.
Okay.
We were little kids in the gypsy wagon, learning the trade. I played the violin. And I suppose the rest of you did too, but I was all about me, so.
And you say that at 5:55.
Like Esmeralda. Yeah.
I love gypsy wagons. I mean, they're great. But yeah. Okay, so I guess it's time for us to do the draw, right?
Oh yeah, it
Hang
sure
on just a
is.
second here. There's um, I wanted to share some comments that people have made through the show. Maria feels grateful, said, I had just come into the community just prior to this show starting. How completely different life is today from what it was then. My readings here open up many new insights.
Oh,
Fab-
that's wonderful. Thank you,
Good.
Maria.
That's why
Yay,
we're here.
Maria. Yep, that's
Thank
what we
you.
hope to accomplish, right?
Yeah, that's why we're doing this. That's why we you know, Jonathan shared that part of a vivid dream that he had as a teenager was a visit to the Akashic Records. It was all white light, mirrors, and crystals. Very cool. Very
I
powerful.
see a lot of that too.
I never see.
Yay.
I'm always in outer space, which is very comfortable for me for some odd reason. Yeah. Oh, hi, Akila. Welcome. No, you're not too late to the party. Hashtag soul. And we'll be doing the draw like in a minute as soon as I see you type hashtag soul so you can be included. And people are saying such nice things. Jen Bowles said, readings here have confirmed what I have always thought or actually known. Good. And that's something they've done for me too.
Yeah.
They've made it. Oh, here we go. Jeremy says, I have received loving messages from everyone that I hold dear, but I want to shout out to Diana, especially for several past life readings that helped me get over an unrequited love. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good,
Yes. Yay, Jeremy. Yay.
good. Glad that helped because that's why we do it. Okay, all right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang
Breathe
on.
deep.
3 deep breath. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Wait.
Forgot.
Wait.
We have to open the records. Oh my God. Now we do the 3 deep breaths.
You see, we're always in it. Who knew?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we are always in it actually, because I was perfectly ready to start reading.
Well, we say goodnight. We call in our guides. We say good morning. We call in our guides. So,
Okay, 3 deep breaths, everyone. I've already taught you've already learned how to breathe, so you know how. So in through your nose, out through your mouth, gently. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us, and we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of humanity. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We open ourselves to the light, and with the light to our highest truth and our soul's purpose. We call upon the Akashic Records masters, guardians of the records, and beings of light who serve the divine plan in truth and clarity. Guide us to our highest good and the highest good of all in love. And we ask the Akashic Records masters to assist us in accessing the records to receive exactly what is needed for the highest truth, the highest timeline, and the greatest good for all. And with this said, this group, consisting of the people here now, those who will join us later, and those who will watch the replay, He has given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them to know in this moment. And I'll read that silently. The records are now open.
Okay.
A momentous occasion. The last reading. Oh, let's do the kitty down the stairs. Come on. Okay, who is going to be the lucky winner? We had 62 entries. Holy zonkaroonie. Craig Dixon, are you still here? Craig Dixon, are you here?
Just type to the comment. Say hi in the chat, Craig, please.
Yeah. I think he must be. Somebody said hi to him. Yeah, he was here like 2 minutes ago. Okay, Craig. Okay, you're here. Now, Craig is here. Now, please type your question. You get to ask a question from the Akashic Record or from the Akashic Records that we'll all read on it for you. And so we're just going to sit here and look at the camera for 5 minutes while Craig types his question. No, I want to talk a little bit about how much this show has meant to me, learning how to produce, learning how to do production on YouTube, and specifically for the WooTube audience, how to manage a live or not. How to manage, how to host, but I'm not very good at it. But I'm still growing, all of those kinds of things. I cut my teeth on this show. The importance of doing a description, the importance of hashtags, making sure that all the collaborators' links are included just as a professional courtesy. Carol Stash wants to change his name to Craig. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that. Like, it wasn't just a spiritual. Okay, so here's Craig's question. Since I'm not crazy in what I've seen over the years, how does Clara feel about our partnership and relationship? And will I progress forward to more mediumship? The first thing that comes to mind is you already know how Clara feels. I mean, everybody's always telling you how Clara feels. And she tells you. That's an irrelevant kind of question. Oh, Jackie, yes, I remember those arguments with Nightbot too. Thank God those days are over. That's not really a question for the Akashic Records, but okay, I'll.
Well, Clara is showing me the number 3, and she is showing it in 3 different places. So what does that mean? Well, everything comes in 3s, right? It is a divine number. It is sacred geometry. It is the Merkaba. It is Tesla's law.
Yes.
And this is in the important part. You are going to have 3 experiences that will be different, but you will also find a link in them 3 times. And this is, Okay, so now they're showing me the Fibonacci spiral.
Hmm.
You are going to find your own way into mediumship, not through taking lessons from somebody else, from studying what someone else has to offer, but then interpreting it for how Craig will use it. And when you get through these 3 steps, the first 3 steps, the next 3 steps will put you in confidence. And then the next 3 steps makes you famous, she says. And she's showing me buttercups and yellow daffodils for some reason, whatever the reason is. Do you know where those flowers make the perfect sense in your past, or with your mom, or with relatives, or old friends, or Clara herself? I guess the third, 3 daffodils, 3 buttercups. So I'm guessing that the third flower is yet to be found.
They're all yellow.
I'm not guessing, I'm hearing that the third flower is yet to be found. You'll know it when you see it.
They're both yellow.
She's not showing me a color or anything. She just kind of, well, I wanted to say snorting, but that's not true. She's kind of chuckling. And is she elbowing you right now? Like a mini movie. Also, I automatically know the year it is set in. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. I actually saw Craig giving readings. I'm sorry, I thought you were done. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I keep seeing, well, I know what Clara looks like, right? I mean, I love old movies. I get it. And I definitely am seeing her in the style clothing of the 30s, spectator shoes and a little spectator hat, and her pumps just the right height, and mid-calf skirt, because that's the way you do it when you're a lady. elbow.
To answer Craig's question about mediumship, I just saw him giving readings. I saw him giving mediumship readings in person.
I love that. Yeah. Watch for a flower to charge you when you least expect it.
Wow. Awesome. Greg says she's making me feel her presence by an electric feeling. Yeah, we call those the tingles. We get them all the time. And he said, I'm fascinated by her presence and her womanly gifts. I wanted, I'm going to share something that someone in the chat said about that I think is really relevant about the whole experience for all of us. Pierrette, our beloved Pierrette, who said, this show gave me an opportunity to meet new friends. The chatters here are very kind, generous in sharing their abilities and comments, helping each other to grow. And she sends hugs to all the chatters. Thank you, Pierrette. That was a lovely thing to say. And it really sums up all of our feelings. Thank you, Craig, for being our final reading. And and I'm going to close the records now. Oh, wait, no, Diana, please. It's been weeks since we had one of your wonderful clearings. Please, please, please.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So let's close as we began with 3 deep breaths. Please place us in a steady stream of divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and divine grace. Mikhail, rip your blue bubble of protection around us that shrinks to fit as we step into the healing teal green orb of Raphael that floats and shares and spreads and transfers. The divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and divine grace. May we all find our way through these troubling times and find our way back to each other and peace. So mote it be. I was getting a little teary.
Thank you. We're going to keep talking after this, okay? So don't all just like day on. Close the records, I mean. We offer deep gratitude to the Akashic Records masters, the guardians, the guides, and all present today for the truth, the light, and the love received. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The records are now closed. I'm getting a little teary now. So, Viviana, you want to share with us what you're going to be doing in the next few days?
Me? Tomorrow I have a live stream at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time for my quantum energy healings, clearings, and Akashic Records readings, messages from guides, some animal communication questions, and more. So yeah, every Wednesday now. It used to be Tuesday. So I go live at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time every Wednesday. And then this week I'm off with John Beanie, but we'll be back next week. So Mondays and Thursdays with John Beanie at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So just look at the the links are already up on my channel. So, yeah, thank you.
Diana?
Thank you, Harley.
Thank you, Harley.
Look, just a final ray.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going back to the dream show tonight, and I will do Sunday on the Sofa this coming Sunday. And then Diane G and I think we have 2 shows next week, the 15th and the 17th. So Diane G and I will be together next week, as well as Tuesday night, you know. So.
And for myself, tomorrow, Diane G and I will be doing Into the Ether together. And then on Thursday, my guest on, that's at 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. On Thursday, my guest on Wings of Insight will be Deborah Zachow, 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. Yeah. We're going to be talking about change. Well, in a theory, you'll see. The post is up. I mean, the announcements are up, and so you can take a look at that and see if that's something you'll find interesting. Deborah Zachow is always interesting.
Yeah, she's great.
This brings us to the end of this incarnation of Akashic Adventures. As I said before, we will probably be getting together for specials through the year. I'm not going to say when, but because it depends on our schedules and our energy levels and all the rest of that. But as we close this chapter of Akashic Adventures, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for your presence, your openness, and your trust over these past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
5 episodes, more than 800 readings. This space has been shaped as much by you as it has by us, and it's been an honor to share it. This may be the end of this show, but it's not the end of the work or the connections that we've made along the way. We each continue forward on our own paths, and we hope you'll continue on yours with curiosity, courage, and trust in your own journey. From all of us, thank you and good night.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.